Hey, I know why you're here. You want to own a pet seahorse, huh? That is a major flex, and these unique little ocean gems are next level pets. Way beyond your average goldfish. But here's the real deal, seahorses need special care. In this video, we're dropping essential hacks to create a seahorse-friendly tank and treat them like the VIPs they are. Seahorses, scientifically known as Hippocampus spp, belong to the Syngnathidae family. They're peaceful, slow swimmers, making them great additions to calm aquariums. Originating from the Indo-Pacific, they can come in shades of yellow, brown, black, and sometimes even show off white spots. Their colors can change depending on mood or environment, adding a bit of magic to their appearance. The golden rule? Always go for captive bred seahorses. These seahorses are already adapted to aquarium life, making them easier to care for and healthier than their wild-caught counterparts. Plus, they're cool with frozen food, so you don't have to worry about sourcing live feed. To ensure your seahorse is set up for success, buy from reputable breeders or specialty aquarium stores. Pet shops that don't specialize in marine life might not offer the healthiest options. Getting your seahorse from the right place gives you a better chance of long-term success. Your seahorses deserve a top-tier habitat, and it's up to you to deliver. Every element, from the size of the tank to the precise balance of water quality, plays a role in ensuring these delicate creatures feel at home. Think of it as creating their perfect bubble of zen. Space, quality, and stability. They're all the keys to a happy seahorse life. When it comes to seahorses, space is non-negotiable. These aren't your average aquarium fish darting around. Seahorses are all about the slow, upright movements. This means your tank needs to be more about height than length. A 30-gallon tank is the bare minimum for a pair of seahorses, but having 24 inches of vertical space is where it's at. They need that extra height for their unique swimming and courtship behaviors. If you're thinking of style, cube aquariums are the way to go. They offer the perfect balance of height and space without cramping your tank aesthetic. Plus, they're ideal for creating that Instagram-worthy aquascaping, with anchor points for seahorses to rest and wrap their tails. Alright, here's where things get serious. Seahorses are sensitive creatures, and keeping their water in pristine condition is a full-time job. You're looking at maintaining a water temperature between 72 to 78 degrees Fahrenheit, but some species might need it a tad cooler. Water that's too hot or cold throws off their whole zen mode, and you don't want that. Keeping your pH levels at 8 to 8.4 is crucial here, and ammonia, zero tolerance. Seahorses are delicate, and even a slight rise in ammonia can mess with their health. Filtration? Essential. Seahorses are messy eaters. They're constantly snacking, which means more waste in the tank. That's where a solid protein skimmer comes in to handle business, getting rid of organic waste before it can cause issues. And don't forget regular water testing. You want to keep everything in check. Salinity at 1.025 ppt, alkalinity balanced, and nitrates kept low. Using a reef-specific salt mix is going to help you maintain that perfect balance, keeping your seahorse's bony plates in peak condition. An auto top-off system is a must to keep salinity stable as water evaporates. An RODI is a must for them, though I recommend using RODI water for any saltwater tank to avoid nuisance algae. If your seahorses are your tank's royalty, the water quality is their kingdom, so keep it pristine. Temperature control isn't just a box to check, it's a must for your seahorse's survival. These delicate creatures thrive best in water temperatures between 68 degrees Fahrenheit to 74 degrees Fahrenheit. But anything outside of that range can quickly lead to stress, illness, or worse. Seahorses are super sensitive to their surroundings, and keeping that water temp consistent is essential. Also note that their temperature preferences are lower than most other saltwater fish in the hobby. Keep this in mind if you're looking for other tank mates, but more on that later in this video. If you're living in a warm climate, things can get kinda tricky. High room temps can easily cause your tank to overheat, and that's bad news. This is where a chiller steps in. It's a cooling system specifically designed to keep your tank temp in check. And if you're in a hot zone, it's honestly a non-negotiable. No chiller? You're risking serious stress for your seahorses, which can lead to infections and other health issues. For those that don't deal with extreme heat, fans can be a decent hack. Clip-on fans can cool the tank by a couple of degrees, but they aren't a full-on solution for big temperature swings. If your tank is in a space that's prone to overheating, a chiller is still your best friend. The goal here is consistency. Sudden spikes in temperature can totally stress out your seahorses, leaving them vulnerable to diseases like Vibrio. On the flip side, if you're in a colder climate, a reliable heater with a built-in thermostat is going to keep things from dropping too low. But you gotta stay on top of it. Malfunctioning heaters can overheat your tank in no time. Always double check your equipment and keep an eye on the water temp with a good thermometer. Speaking of heaters, I got a whole video about them. I cover in that video how to build a reliable heating system, and I'll leave it in the card above so you can watch it later. The bottom line, keeping your Seahorse tank in the perfect temp range isn't just recommended, it's essential. Stable temps mean happy, healthy seahorses, and with the right tools, chillers, fans, or heaters, you can keep things running smooth. Water parameters are everything when it comes to seahorse care. Your tank needs to be on lock with pH, ammonia, nitrates, calcium, and salinity all dialed into perfection. Keeping ammonia at 0 is non-negotiable. Any trace of it and you're in trouble. Same goes for nitrates. Keep them under 20 parts per million to prevent unnecessary stress. The right filtration setup is your secret weapon. Sponges, filter socks, and filter floss are great for trapping particles and keeping the water clean. Seahorses aren't built for high-speed swimming, so go easy on the currents. Gentle water flow is the way to go. A sump system is another pro move. It adds extra water volume and helps maintain a more stable environment, giving your tank some extra breathing room when it comes to parameter swings. Seahorses might be small, but their nutritional needs are anything but basic. A varied diet is essential to keep them healthy, active, and thriving. They need high-protein options such as mysis shrimp, brine shrimp, and copepods, which offer the right mix of nutrients to keep their energy up and their immune system strong. These foods mimic their natural diet in the wild, and providing variety ensures they get a balanced intake of essential nutrients. See, feeding seahorses isn't just about tossing in food, it's an opportunity to build trust with your aquatic pets. Hand feeding offers an up-close and personal experience, creating a bond between you and your seahorses. It allows you to control portions and ensure that every seahorse gets its fair share of food, especially in a tank with other inhabitants. You can gently guide the food toward them and they'll eagerly grab it. Hand feeding also helps prevent uneaten food from fouling up the tank. For an extra boost in their diet, fresh seafood can be introduced. Freshly chopped shrimp or other small marine creatures give your seahorses more diversity in texture and flavor, keeping them interested in their meals while ensuring they get the nutrients they need. Quarantining new seahorses is crucial for protecting your tank's ecosystem. Bringing a new seahorse straight into your main aquarium is risky because it could introduce diseases or parasites that can spread to other tank mates. A dedicated quarantine period of about 30 days allows you to carefully observe your new seahorses. During this time, monitor their eating habits, behavior, and physical condition for any signs of stress or illness. Conditioning during quarantine also helps your seahorses get acclimated to their new environment. They might be stressed from travel or handling, and this period allows them to build strength before facing the dynamics of the main tank. During conditioning, you can gradually adjust the water parameters in the quarantine tank to match those of the main tank, ensuring a smooth transition. It's not just about protecting your existing seahorses, it's about giving your new arrivals the best possible start in their new home. This process requires patience, but it's a crucial step in setting up a healthy, thriving tank. Seahorses are peaceful creatures, and their tank mates need to match that energy. Fast swimmers or aggressive species can outcompete them for food or stress them out, so it's important to select tank mates that are calm and non-aggressive. Small, gentle fish species like blennies, gobies, and dragonets, they're ideal companions. These species move slow, and they won't disrupt the peaceful environment that seahorses need to thrive. There are other fish that I would classify as medium risk, and those would be royal grammas, small cardinal fish, and flasher wrasses. Clownfish should be avoided here as they're too fast and too aggressive. Invertebrates can also be a great addition to a seahorse tank, but you need to be selective. Shrimp and snails are compatible and even help with tank maintenance by eating leftover food or algae. However, be cautious with certain corals. Soft corals like zoas, xenia, and finger leather corals, as well as mushroom corals work well because they don't have stinging tentacles that could harm your seahorses. Avoid corals with large polyps or strong stinging capabilities, as these can cause injury. SPS corals are also difficult to keep with seahorses since the hitching behavior will bother SPS corals. Your goal is to create a balanced ecosystem where everything works in harmony, and your seahorses can live in peace without any unnecessary stress. Breeding seahorses is an exciting and rewarding process, but it comes with its share of challenges. Unlike most fish, in seahorses the males carry the eggs in a specialized pouch, making their breeding process one of the most unique in the animal kingdom. Watching a male seahorse give birth is an incredible experience, but getting to that point requires careful attention of water quality and tank conditions. Seahorses are sensitive to environmental changes, and even small fluctuations in temperature or water chemistry can affect their ability to breed. Providing a stable, stress-free environment is key. Once the male gives birth, the real work begins. Seahorse fry are extremely delicate and they need specialized care. They require live food like rotifers or brine shrimp napoli as they're too small to consume standard aquarium food. Raising fry to adulthood is labor-intensive and it requires dedicated time and attention, but seeing them grow and develop is a rewarding outcome for dedicated aquarists. Keeping seahorses healthy starts with preventative care. Seahorses are more prone to certain illnesses, especially in less than ideal tank conditions. Preventative measures like regular water changes, maintaining proper filtration, and avoiding overcrowding are essential for minimizing stress, which is one of the biggest threats to their health. Monitoring water parameters regularly ensures that issues such as ammonia spikes or imbalances in pH or salinity are caught before they can negatively impact your seahorses. Despite your best efforts, sometimes health issues do arise. It's important to be prepared with medication suited for seahorses. Stock your aquarium for treatments like Seachem Canaplex for bacterial infections and Seachem Metroplex for parasitic problems. Quick response to any sign of illness can make the significant difference in the recovery of your seahorse. Note that copper and chloroquine phosphate will not work on seahorse. For hard parasites like ick, your only options available are malachite green combo meds like Cordon Rich Ick and API Super Ick Cure. Regular observation here is key. If you notice any changes in behavior, appetite, or appearance, it's time to take action. Taking care of seahorses isn't just a hobby, it's a commitment to creating the perfect underwater kingdom where these magical creatures can truly thrive. With the right amount of dedication, knowledge, and a little extra effort, your seahorses will reward you with their unique charm and grace. If you like this video, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and join our community of aquatic enthusiasts. For even more tips and tricks, head over to our blog and start your journey to building the ultimate seahorse sanctuary. You can also leave me a super thanks, which goes to support this channel. Or better yet, click on the next video to your right for more aquarium goodness. See you on the next video.